Alright, hey, what's going on, guys? Sam here, back again with another video. In today's video, we're going to be focusing on the MyTeam Limited mode, Week 2, and the best lineups. And the lineup I used, and I highly recommend that you guys use if you're trying to go for a ring still this weekend. And hopefully, the RNG 2K gods are on your side and you don't have to play. I played like 12 games, which isn't that bad in comparison to other people playing like 50 games, but hopefully, all it takes is like one game for you, and for that one game, I'm going to recommend these players. So getting into it, MyTeam Limited, like I said, I got 2 rings, and the game conditions for this week are all players must have a 70 or lower 3-point shot rating and no free agent cards. Thank God, no free agent cards. But 70 or lower 3-point rating, and it's pretty much zone city, so you can probably run a zone if you want to do that. I did like my last couple games because that's what everyone was doing, and it's really effective, gonna be honest. But 73 ball or lower is definitely tough to shoot. But I will say there were games where I made probably 8 to 10 to even 12, I believe, is the most threes I hit in one game, because people are obviously gonna leave you open. They think you can't hit, but you can hit if you use the right players. So the first thing I'm gonna do, or tell you guys to do before you even go and buy these players, are go and buy this coach right now. This coach straight up transformed my team. And if we go ahead and go look on the auction house, I wouldn't be surprised if he's a little bit pricier because people are realizing he's really good. But it's Frank Vogel on the Lakers, and I bought this playbook for about 7K. Let's see if he's gone up in price. Hopefully he's not over 10K. Oh man, he's looking pricey. This coach is really good. 12,000 MT. So it is worth 12,000 MT. I'll say that much. It is worth 12,000 MT. If you want to go big baller and buy a diamond coach, go for it. But the reason I'm recommending this coach is because with this coach, all your players, except for like your center position, get a +3 3-pointer. And I believe, like I said, you get a diamond coach, it's probably like +5, right? +5, +4 if you get an amethyst. But ruby coach, yesterday was pretty cheap, and not everyone wants to spend 40K on a diamond coach. So I recommend Frank Vogel. +3 was more than enough and very noticeable. So +3 to my Maurice Cheeks, for example, has a 73 ball. That goes up to 73. And then my next tip would be add gold and bronze shoes. I didn't add them to every player except for like my main shooters, which again, I'll show you my lineup here in a second. And there were some players on here, I was greening every open look they had, even with such a low 3 ball. They were greening because we have the coach boost and the shoe boost. So that's my next tip. I'd say go to the auction house, go look for, can I even leave out here? Can I leave? I'm stuck. Okay, good. That's my next tip. Go to the auction house, go to shoes, and these early on cards in the year, they have specific shoe requirements. So make sure you go look at the shoe that each player needs. I think, for example, Kwai Leonard, I had to go buy a New Balance because obviously he's a New Balance sponsor, and I went and bought a shoe for him, and it looks like they are getting pretty pricey just because obviously people are doing the same thing. But I just highly recommend you go buy, even if it's a bronze shoe. But look, like right here, +3 3-pointer. Throw that on Kwai Leonard, and that's like legit plus the 3 from the coach, plus the 2 from the shoe. That's 5. And then floor general, that's another thing. If you use a player with floor general like Maurice Cheeks or Gus Williams, or just, I don't know, I'm sure there's other players out there, you get a +1 to 3 to 4 depending on if they have Hall of Fame floor general, which I don't think anyone does. But legit, I think Maurice has gold, so that was up to a 78 3-ball in Kwai Leonard. That was my main guy that I was hitting threes with just constantly. And I'm gonna go ahead and switch over here to show you guys my lineup that I used, just because I sold all my players because they're going for quite a bit. You can see I have some of them here still. I used Maurice Cheeks, Tony Allen. Tony Allen was actually hitting too, because he only has a 64 3-pointer. But with all the boosts and stuff, we got it up to around 70 or a little above 70, and it was legit, man. I was greening with players and people were getting upset. I mean, I do use the right stick, but people were actually getting mad. I was getting messages. People were saying like, I don't know, we're just getting mad because they were zoning, and obviously when you get zoned, there's gonna be a lot of open looks if you swing the ball around and stuff. So yeah, Jimmy Butler, I used him as well. This card, surprisingly, like, he doesn't have hot zones anywhere, but even with a 66-3 and a coach boost, he has one of the easiest releases in the game. I was green with him. Jonathan Isaac and Vucevic, these two are hands down the best duo you can use this weekend, because in game here, I'm just going to show you instead of going over to MTDB. Jonathan Isaac is actually my highest rated 3-point shooter. 75 with the duo. Add a shoe, get up to 78, plus the coach, 81, and then like plus the floor general, 84. Like, 84 3-ball with Jonathan Isaac. The number of times people were sagging off this card and I was splashing, it was hilarious. People were just so upset because obviously this is a 70 or lower 3-point challenge and I was hitting threes. But let me go ahead and switch over. I gotta show you guys my full lineup, and here we go. We're gonna go between 2KDB and MT Central here, and here's my full lineup I used. Kwai Leonard, man, best. You got to get this card. Such a good deal. Has shooting badge, which by the way, that's another tip. I don't know if I'd recommend going all out and equipping all your players with badges. That's what I did, but I'm a big baller with MT. I really didn't care. I threw Hot Zone Hunter catch and shoot on Anthony Davis and like all my other players, not all my players, but my main players. So on the court where they have hot zones, they were just greening with ease. But here's my lineup. Maurice Cheeks, MVP. I actually liked him more than Gus Williams. I wouldn't say MVP, but I liked him more than Gus Williams. Not many people are going to agree with me, but defensively, Maurice Cheeks is just so much better, so I started him. Tony Allen, defense. Kawhi Leonard, green machine. Anthony Davis, he would green in the corner. I think he had the record for most threes made in a game. I made like 4 in a game with him from the corners because he has a hot zone on the left side, and then hot zone Hunter catch and shoot, and then he has a 73 ball. And then with all the other boosts, like legit, man, Anthony Davis was scoping. And then we have Giannis at center, which some people might not agree with this. He might get out-rebounded, which is very true. So what I started to do was switch the matchups and put Anthony Davis on the center and Giannis on the power forward. And that fixed that problem right away. And the defense was just insane. And then I could push the ball up the court with Giannis like a point center. It was pretty fun, not going to lie. It was pretty fun. And then Gus Williams, Jimmy Butler, I talked about that. Jamal Wilkes, he is probably easily replaceable. I didn't hit a 3 with him at all. He was just there for defense, really, and dunking the ball. But, he was there for defensive purposes. I don't really have much to say about Jamal Wilkes. He's a solid card. And then these two off the bench, I could have started these guys. I mean, I'm not going to start him over the Amethyst, but Vucevic is actually legit. I threw Intimidator on him. He can only get 1 badge, and Intimidator was a good badge for him because he is kind of weak defensively in the post, but he did get some blocks. He was legit offensively. He can shoot a little bit. He has like a 73-pointer, I believe, or 65. He has a pretty high mid-range with the duo, which isn't bad. And then Jonathan Isaac, again, like I said, he was the highest rated 3-point shooter on my team. So when he was left open, we were scoping, that's for sure. So there's the lineup I recommend. I know not everyone has the MT to go and do this, so I have a couple more lineups I'm going to go ahead and recommend that are going to be just as good, because you don't have to have these amethysts to compete. I didn't run into too many people with amethysts, so it did make it easier for me, but you don't have to have amethysts to compete. So moving on to the lineup I'm going to recommend, I guess that's the same lineup I just showed you there. Here we go. Here's a different lineup that's going to cost way less that I'm going to recommend. Tony Allen, again, you can replace Tony Allen if you want, but I think he's legit. He has quick first step. He could dunk. I did green some corners threes with him. Again, if you use the coach boost and the shoe boost in floor general, he can green. But this is a budgety dynamic dual 3-point shooting starting 5 for sure. Derrick Rose, I'm going to have to pull up his stats here, his dynamic duo stats, but we'll do that in a second. Derrick Rose and Blake Griffin, legit, they both get 3-point boosts and stat boosts. Jonathan Isaac and Vucevic, we already know about that, and then Tony Allen for clamps. And then off the bench, Maurice Cheeks, Jimmy Butler, and Bam duo. Jimmy Butler doesn't get a 3-point boost, but you might as well boost his stats if you like him. And then Bam gets a little bit better too. He's pretty quick. He is 6'9", so he might get out-rebounded. And then Kwai Leonard, you got to have Kwai Leonard. I think the MVP of the whole thing, though, was Kwai Leonard of my run. So I highly recommend this Kwai Leonard. If you can only choose one of these players, get Kwai Leonard. And then at the 4, we have Ben Simmons. I didn't use Ben Simmons. I bought him. I never used him. And I did play him, and he was pretty annoying, but he can't shoot. And I was trying to space the floor. That's the one problem with these players. They can't space the floor. So if you want to do the same approach I had, you might want to get some guys that can shoot, or at least have something closer to a 73 ball. But I don't know. This is a nice budgety option. I highly recommend the starting 5 or the first 6 players, or first 8 really. All these 8 I would use myself. I don't know about these 2, but I think for everyone's, like, my playstyle is pretty different than others. So if you really don't care about everyone being able to shoot, and you're not going to be able to hit anyway, even if you have 73 ball, then this lineup will be just fine for you. So I'm going to quickly go over here to Derrick Rose's dynamic duo with Blake Griffin. It's pretty nice. Shout out to RCA the Great for showing me this. I watched his video on who he recommended, and this duo was not bad at all. Like, look at this, plus 10 to Derrick Rose, 79 3-pointer. I mean, hey, you might want to start this card over Maurice Cheeks if you don't care about defense. I mean, this card's not going to play a lick of defense, but plus 10 to the 3-ball mid-range. Like, he's going to be hitting threes. He's quick. Defense is sus, but he's quick in comparison to other lower overall cards. And then Blake Griffin, Let's see what he gets here. Blake Griffin. Ooh, wait, does he? Blake Griffin gets a plus 13, 75 mid-range. He can't shoot, but close shot goes up 2. He gets a rebounding boost, which rebounding might be a problem with Blake. This Blake is definitely not as good as the Derrick Rose, but I don't know. I definitely would recommend. He does have a corner 3 ball, which is nice too, because I was hitting, like, I don't know, in the zone. If people are in the zone, you're gonna get a lot of corner 3s, and corners, hot spots are probably what I recommend the most for this weekend. But guys, that is it. That is going to be what I have for you guys for this video. Good luck on grinding unlimited or limited this weekend. There's like 30 some hours left. It took me 12 games again, like I mentioned, and I've seen others get it this week in like 2, 1, 5. So I'm not seeing any crazy numbers like last week. I doubt they tweaked it, but hey, good luck out there. I hope the RNG 2K gods are on your side. If you guys learned anything new, go ahead, subscribe for me. I'd be much appreciated, and go ahead, hit the like button if this helped you out at all. If not, dislike button. And until next time, guys, thank you for watching. Peace out.